People across North Alabama are bracing for those summer utility bills.
So Joe Gehrdes from Huntsville Utilities joining us live right now. Good morning to you, Joe.
Good morning.
So first question for you. Is inflation, the economy, all that we're seeing in the news, is that affecting the cost of providing electricity right now?
Certainly, and the most significant impact is the cost of natural gas. Our power is provided to us by the Tennessee Valley Authority, and TVA, in a demand response role, uses natural gas for peak demand. And natural gas is about 3 times more expensive today than it was a little over a year ago. And that will begin to impact customers' bills when we get into the hotter temperatures. Customers in our service area can look for that. It's called a fuel cost adjustment. And we don't know what that looks like yet. Neither does TVA. It's a reactive sort of thing. And so it just will all depend on what kind of demand we're looking at this summer. So you probably know this, and based on your tips, kind of tells the story. The only business I can think of that's more weather averse than utilities is agriculture. So everything that impacts our customer is most significantly driven by responding to the weather outside.
Thing that Huntsville Utilities can actually do to keep costs down for customers?
Well, because we're a unit of municipal government, we're always trying to do that. And so, yes, we will keep our activities to an absolute minimum, but it's a challenge to manage all that with the high growth times we have in our area right now. And so we're responding to increased costs of materials. Gasoline prices are high. And so all those things affect your utility wherever you are. And eventually it will impact rates.
Well, we just shared some suggestions we had come up with, basic things you can do within your house, like, keeping your windows closed at the heat of the day, cooking on your grill to keep from heating up the house with the stove, things like that. Are there other things, though, that you might know of, things that we might not easily identify that are ways to keep those costs down at home?
Certainly. And let me just say your tips were spot on. Those apply to you no matter where you are. But other things that you can do is have your insulation checked, make sure that it's consistent in your attic and your crawl space if you have that. You also want to have your heating and cooling equipment serviced. If that is not operating efficiently, not only will you not be comfortable, but you'll be using more energy. And that can be as simple as checking your air filter, make sure that we suggest that customers change those out on a 90-day routine so that when it gets clogged up with dust and everything, your unit's not operating as efficiently as it would otherwise. But checking those windows and doors, applying weather stripping where you can, those seals are very important. And, I checked mine yesterday and found a storm window that wasn't down. It makes a difference. So all those things add up. I heard you do the recommendation about, your windows and blinds during the heat of the day when the sun is out. You want to keep that sunshine out of the house where you can, because that radiant heat will come in there and make your cooling equipment work just that much harder. And when that cooling equipment's working, you're using electricity.
All right. Well,
Great information we didn't even have in our report. So
I know. Joe Gehrdes with Huntsville Utilities. Thanks so much for joining us again.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
You can find more of these tips on our website, of course, waytv.com as well.